through 3 hours of the regular show on terrestrial radio, and you wanted a little bit more, so that's why you found the Gun Talk After Show podcast, where we saved all the best things that we can't say on regular radio. Now here's Tom, Michelle, and Jim for the Gun Talk After Show.
All right, we're back, and it is the after show. I am so glad that you could join us, because this is kind of the just between you and me kind of part, because it's not actually going out over the radio. It's just for us online people, which is to say those of us that have no social skills whatsoever.
Well then again...
I'm not talking about you, Michelle. I'm not talking about you, okay?
Oh, all right.
Hey, now, hey. Process of elimination.
Well, yeah, there you go. What can I tell you? If the shoe fits. Okay. Jim's over there in the corner where we like to keep him all the time, and Michelle Cleland is with us. Hi, guys.
Hello.
Hi. Actually, with a couple of little minor issues we had today, we may be going to air, and you don't know it.
Great.
Right. You guys, you guys are like the duck on the pond. I mean, on top everything looks serene, but underneath you're paddling like crazy.
Yeah,
and
no
today
doubt.
was one of those. You're just fighting equipment all through the regular show.
I've never had. I mean, you have a system, and then you have a backup system, right?
And then you have a backup
Right.
to that
And all
backup.
three went out. You got to be kidding me.
I think Michelle was breaking everything back there. I don't know.
Didn't want to work.
Every time she touched the computer, it would go crash on you.
Talk about target panic. Jeez, Pete's.
So, at what point in the show did you start drinking?
I'm waiting on the ice.
Oh, never wait on ice. I mean, you can drink without it, and then when the ice gets here, that'll be fine too.
Oh, okay.
But,
all right. Yeah.
Oh, we're slightly more responsible than that.
Look, when the going gets tough, the tough turn weird or turn something. I don't know. It's something like that. I don't know. You know what? Merv is waiting for us, thinking, what is wrong with these people? Hey, Merv, out in Reno, welcome to the Madhouse.
How you doing? Snowing like crazy here.
Snowing in Reno.
Snowing.
Snowing, yeah.
Okay.
Got about 2 feet at my house.
Holy cow.
Oh, gosh. Well, I spent all last week shoveling snow and rediscovering muscles that you don't use down in Louisiana. Let me tell you. I was up in Idaho all week, and I mean, it seemed like it snowed every day. And you got to be careful doing that stuff,
My neighbor does it for me.
There you go.
Even
you
better.
are a smart man, Merv. So tell me about this Ruger.
I just wanted another opinion on that. It's a 30 caliber carbine with 10-inch barrel, single action.
Do you own one?
Yeah, I just
How long
bought
you had
that
it?
one.
Oh, wait. You just bought that one. Does that mean you have another one?
No, I got rid of it and got the 10-inch barrel.
Nice. Okay, why? What motivated you to do that, and why the 30 caliber carbine revolver?
I wear it when I'm out and thumping brush.
Huh. Okay. That's a long barrel revolver, but certainly do have a nice long sight radius. But I guess the real question is, why the 30 caliber carbine cartridge?
It was just a weird caliber, so
Good enough reason.
I picked it up.
I like it. Okay. You're just kind of knocking around out in the woods, and you got this.
We get a lot of rattlesnakes down where I go, and coyotes.
Okay. Yeah. So how well do you shoot it? I mean, does that revolver shoot well for you?
Yeah, sweet.
Well, they haven't made those in, 30 years, something like that?
Oh, it's been a while.
Carbine revolver.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably, it's a Ruger Blackhawk chambered for the 30 caliber carbine cartridge. That's the carbine that came in that little M1 carbine.
Okay.
World
Correct.
War II deal. It
Correct.
was actually almost a pistol cartridge, but, the only thing I'm trying to remember, Michelle, do you remember anything about flame cutting of the top strap? That may have been the 357 Maximum that was doing that to the Rugers, and that's why they stopped making it. Merv, I do have a story about the 30 caliber carbine Ruger revolver, though.
Let's hear it.
They got one back at the shop, and the guy said, this thing is locked up, it won't work, it just stopped working. And so they took it in, and Michelle, you know where I'm going with this. They found 5 bullets stuck in the barrel, and a 6th one that was sticking out of the back of the barrel and locked up between the cylinder and the barrel.
He's an idiot.
Well,
I guess you could say it shows you that the revolver is very strong.
It punches out quite a ways.
And the fix isn't to cut it down to a 2-inch barrel and take it.
That way,
Think of how many more Murph could get stuck in the barrel.
that's right. With a 10-inch barrel, you could actually reload it before.
And I traded it in.
I'm so sorry. We weren't going to go there, but we did.
Oh, we did. Yeah, I had to. Yeah, that's right.
Oh, well.
Let's see how many bullets could we stick in a 10-inch barrel.
One at a time.
That's right. One at a time.
I like that. No hurry. They'll wait for you. That's pretty cool. Where'd you find that one, Merv? Gun store or pawn shop or where?
Gun store.
Okay. Very
I had
nice.
to order it.
Oh, you did? I wonder where they got it.
Was it used or NOS? Or?
No, it was brand new in the box.
Wow. Sitting around for 30 years?
I am going to second guess myself. I am right, am I not, that they don't make that anymore?
I
thought they stopped
not.
making that. Yeah, I think it's been a decade since. So this thing has been sitting somewhere on a. You know what it is? Nobody else was as smart as Merv and figured out what a cool revolver that is.
There you go.
Murph, can I ask you, what kind of box did it come in? Was it the old yellow cardboard box?
That on the outside and the gray plastic hard case.
Huh. That would be a new
then.
box.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, you know what?
Let's go Rougar.com.
I know. Here we all are. We're all going on it right now. Do they still make that? If they do, I want one. Oh, okay. Hey, Merv, look, I appreciate the call. Very cool letting us talk about that. Michelle.
Sir.
You got a new Ruger revolver in the store.
In the store, yes, we did. One that most people
Yeah.
are probably excited and anticipating its arrival. But yes, we got one of the new 357 Red Hawk 8-shots.
8-shot, 357. Do you remember what the barrel length is on that one?
No, I want to say it's like a 3 and a, well, it's
Probably
like a
3
3 something.
or something.
Yeah.
3.5.
Something.
Somewhere in that between 3.5 to 4 ballpark.
It doesn't matter. It's the new one. It's the one everybody wants.
Well, now the question is, do you
That's
still
right.
have
Doesn't
it?
matter. I don't care.
Yeah. Actually, it is on hold because we had a gentleman asking for one before we even received it. So,
Gotcha.
yeah.
Oh.
But, we got to look at it and hold it, and it's a piece of equipment, though. Let me tell you, it's not a lightweight thing.
Oh, sure.
No. Well, now it's a Red Hawk, right?
Yes.
Okay. That's a big revolver. I mean, it's nice and big and powerful and strong and all of that, which is what you want it to be.
Right. Yeah. You definitely need the weight. They had to change the frame size in order to get the 8 shots in there. So,
You know, I'm looking at it online. That's a 2 3/4 inch barrel.
Wow.
okay.
The flamethrower.
It's
Nice.
no,
That's
it's
an
small.
8-shot carry gun, then. Son of a gun.
Oh,
You can carry it on the other side with your Smith.
You know what that means, don't you, Michelle? The way he said, that's
now-
an 8-shot carry gun.
Well, you know what it is? It's also a 44-ounce revolver, so you might want to
it's
invest in suspenders, too.
Well, that's what I said to one of our salesmen who was looking at it. I'm like, yep, you're going to need a good belt and maybe suspenders.
Yep, exactly right. Well, I will tell you, I spent the last week up in Idaho, and I did not take my regular semi-auto carry guns. I took that Smith revolver, and it's delightful and it's wonderful, but it's a pretty good-sized revolver. And I will tell you, after carrying it for 6 days up there, that's a lot of weight on your belt.
So do you feel like you're not dressed now that you don't have it on?
No, I just got another one on the other side, and it kind of balances everything out.
Well, when
Works great now.
when you get used to that weight and then you don't have it there, I just wondered
Yes.
if you felt like you weren't dressed, you weren't put together.
Feel like you're floating. You know?
Right,
Oh,
yeah.
my
You
goodness.
don't by any chance have a chiropractor in the family, do you, Tom?
As a matter of fact, it's funny, and I just looked at my schedule. It says next Thursday is my regular chiropractor. Yes, but he is a chiropractor in the family. And we've actually taken my gun in there, and he says, yeah, that's not great. I said, yeah, I know. I mean, but basically carrying any gun on your belt, particularly if it's like at the 4 o'clock position, or worse of all, is the 6 o'clock small of the back position where you're pressing it against your spine. Yeah, what could go wrong there, right?
I'm not a fan of small of the back carry.
Me either. Don't
Not
care
at all.
for it.
Now, she does have a tattoo on the small of her back.
Stop.
Oh, sorry.
It's a tattoo of a pistol in the small of the back position.
That's cute.
I have no idea where that came from. I don't know.
Me neither.
All right. Small of the back carry TV show currently on right now. Dumbest firearms handling is NCIS New Orleans. The Scott Bakula character, when he gets to the office and they're downtown New Orleans with the door open, he takes his gun out of his holster, puts it in the top drawer of a file cabinet, and locks it up.
Why?
And then when they get a call to go out, he goes over to the file cabinet and takes his gun out of the file cabinet and puts it in his small of the back holster.
Okay, why?
Yeah.
Jim and I are both looking at each other with brows like, what? Yeah.
What? Exactly. And every time he does, it's this lovely little, they call it business that they do in TV shows and movies. And it's a thing because now he's suiting up because he went and got his gun. If you're on duty as a cop, you're pretty much going to be carrying your gun. If you're not, then I would call you irresponsible.
Well, I would think even off duty.
I would think not a cop.
Yeah.
I'd carry mine in the shower.
Wow. Okay.
Stainless steel, I hope.
Yeah.
Always.
Always. Okay. Good deal. And the nice part, then you put candle wax all over the cartridges to waterproof them, right?
Well, that's why I never have to clean my gun, I figure.
He loofahs it out.
A gun loofah. You have a loofah in 45?
Loofah. Or you could just dip the entire gun in paraffin before you put it in the holster.
Sure. There you go.
There you go.
Wow.
Then if you shoot it really fast, then it gets hot and the paraffin melts off.
Right off.
Okay, I think we have a system going here. It's not a good system, but it's a system.
Never worked for Cosmoline, but we'll try it on this.
Cosmoline. Whoa, haven't heard Cosmoline in a while.
Blast from the past, huh?
Yeah. You know how they used to get it off. I mean, basically...
Gasoline, didn't they?
Well, if they knew what they were doing and if they could get away from their sergeant, they would actually use gasoline. The sergeant would probably use gasoline on it. But the recruits were made to boil them and scrub them and boil them and scrub them, which took a while.
Took forever.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No kidding. So
although those new rifles, not new rifles, but the rifles that will be coming in from overseas, we may have to readdress that. Oh. Because they opened up some regs.
Speaking of which, I have not heard anybody mention it. I'm glad you brought that up. There are tens of thousands of M1 Garands in Korea that belong to I think they belong to us. I think they were loaned, not given, but they were loaned. And so we could bring them back here. They were going to come back, and then President Obama stopped the importation of them because they said they might get into the wrong hands. And we're thinking, okay, wait a minute. When they come back, they have to go to somebody. The gun gets shipped to a gun store where the FBI runs a background check on the person who is buying the gun, and tell me how that's going to fall into the wrong hands? How's that different from a gun that's sold from any gun store?
Yeah, I just Googled convenience store robberies with M1s. I can't find very many of them.
If you find it, you'll find it right next to the bayoneting attacks.
Right.
Yes. So there you go. Hey, tell you what, when we come back, let's talk a little bit more about daily carry and where do you carry and where do you not. I think I may know the answer here, but we'll be right back.
Get the fastest semi-automatic trigger for your AR rifle with Franklin Armory's BFS trigger. The binary firing system offers a 3-position selector for binary, semi, and safe modes. In binary mode, your AR fires 1 round on pull and 1 round on release. Works in any AR, is easy to install, no paperwork needed. 100% U.S. made, patent pending. The BFS trigger from Franklin Armory. At a dealer near you or at franklinarmory.com.
If you're like me, you don't have money to burn, but you still want to buy guns, ammo, and accessories. That's why we created Gun Dealio. That's a free smartphone app. Just download it and start getting the deals. Could be discounts, offers of free magazines for your gun, or you could be the first to hear about new stuff from gun makers. Here's how it works. With Gun Dealio on your phone, you get alerts when you enter a gun store. Special deals, you know. You don't have to do a thing. It'll do a lot of other cool things, like let you watch gun videos and listen to Gun Talk podcast. Plus, check it anytime for hundreds of deals and offers. Getting more while spending less. Smart, huh? Gun Dealio. Made in America. gluten-free at the App Store and Google Play or gundealio.com. All right, we're back. I was talking with Ryan, and you've probably seen him on our TV shows. He's my son, and he was saying he was at one of these places that had the no gun sign, and he was thinking about it. It was interesting. He said, it doesn't keep out the bad guys. We know that the no gun signs don't keep out the bad guys with guns, but it also doesn't even keep out the good guys with guns in many cases. So it actually accomplishes nothing whatsoever other than making someone feel good or maybe check the box on their insurance form. What do you think?
This is always a question that comes up in any of our training or CCW classes because it's, what do you do? Mm-hmm. And that becomes a personal thing. Yes. Should you take it off? That's what they're wanting you to do. And as we've raised the question many times, maybe the question needs to become, okay, if I come into your store, what are you going to do to protect me? What's in order for you to protect me? And if something fails, are you held liable? Mm-hmm. So, I guess, what's the punishment? I don't know. Some people say it's trespassing. I have no idea what the actual charge is.
I think that's the question. I think that's the question. Is in some states, I think it actually is a violation of the law. In some states, it's just a case of if they discover it, they will ask you to leave. And if you leave, it's not a problem. And if you don't, then it's trespassing. But I don't think carrying the gun in there is trespassing. Once again, I think this is where we are in the process of refining the laws across the country.
Right.
But I don't know a single person who pays any attention to those signs anymore. Mm-hmm. I think everybody did where they started, and then the more and more as they thought about it, they thought, okay, if I'm going to protect myself, I'm going to protect myself. And your stupid sign does nothing to make me safer or you safer or anything else, and you could actually make the argument that it makes us all less safe.
Well,
I don't know. I just don't know anybody that pays any attention to them.
Well, it creates a death zone, not a gun-free zone. That's what I want to recharacterize them as, It's call it what it is.
Of course, the other thing is, and Ryan used this analogy, he says it's like having a sign that says, no red underwear in store. Well, who's going to know? I mean, if you keep it concealed, no one's going to know. Unless you're stupid. Like, there are some idiots out there, and I wanted to ask you guys about this. You run into who...
I didn't mean to.
Not you. Not talking about you this time. Not this time.
A different idiot.
Some guys, it's never women, I don't think. Some guys can't help it. They want to make sure that their concealed carry gun gets exposed now and then. It just as a way of flashing, of saying, hey, I've got a gun or whatever. I mean, it's not often, it's not a lot, but there are some out there who do that. Have you heard of that or run into that?
I can't say that I have run into that. I can't say that I have really seen that happen, but that could just be because I'm limited in where I go and what I do. I can see it as being a machoism kind of thing where, people...
I've had friends say, hey, am I printing? And they'll pull up their shirt and, or adjust something. That's different, though. That's not a show-off thing. That's they want to make sure they're not printing and they're asking for. I haven't had anybody just outright flash, hey, look what I'm carrying today.
I don't know. I know it's a thing that happens, and I know that some people want to do that. I've actually had people volunteer, hey, I'm carrying, or let me show you what I'm carrying. I'm going, we don't know each other well enough for you to do that. You just met me, and now you're volunteering to me that you're carrying a gun. My recommendation is to everybody, so don't tell anybody. I mean, don't tell anybody when you're carrying. It's nobody's business, and besides, that may be the one person who goes, in an event of a robbery say in a restaurant or something, he says, hey, Jim, you take care of that guy. You got a gun.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks a lot.
Appreciate that.
There are many times when somebody will ask me, hey, are you carrying? And my response is always this, I don't know. Am I?
I like it. It's a nice way to say none of your business.
Right. I'm not going to reveal that to you one way or the other. I'm not going to become a victim on one side or the other. So that's just my stance to that.
It's also kind of a silly question
you
to
could
ask.
say, that's an interesting question, and then move on.
I don't know.
Haven't checked. I don't know.
But there are people who definitely can't conceal or buy a firearm that is way too large to properly conceal. I mean, we know that happens all the time. And,
Sure.
and much to what Jim just said, they end up printing or, just an exposure with different movement that happens. And I suppose the people who are out there that I don't want to say that they're anti-gun necessarily, but those type of people are going to be way excited when they see a firearm
Sure.
get exposed. The whole brandishing.
It's not good PR for gun owners. And, yes, I am taking into account those who say, let's just carry and, we'll carry our AKs into the nursery, and that'll make everybody feel good about gun ownership.
Well,
no.
To me, if that is a born right, do they really have the ability to say, I can't do it? Who are they? Who is the store owner? Who are you to say that I can't do it?
It's that clash between private property rights and Second Amendment rights. And given the two, and given the fact that we, the three of us, and certainly most of the people listening to this, believe firmly that our ability to carry a gun may at some point mean we're able to save our life or someone else's life, I don't really care about their stupid sign. I just don't care anymore. It took me a while to get to that point. I just don't care. If you're not patting people down, I'm just going to do what I can do because I know I'm safe, I know I'm responsible, and I'm not going to hurt anybody that doesn't need to be hurt. Of course, I'm also reminded of one of our videos where, who was that? Yeah, I remember, but I'm not going to say. He said, he says, I don't think I've ever accidentally shot anybody. Oh, he's a SWAT team guy, so, I just like that. So he'll never accidentally shot anybody. Okay.
To me, it's one of these things where going and obtaining a driver's license is a privilege. But everybody across the country believes in the privilege to be able to drive and have your driver's license. So to me, on the other side of that, being able to carry and defend myself or my children, my family, whatever the case may be, that is my right. So
sure.
The fact that we're constantly getting the pushback or being scrutinized for what we do just drives you crazy.
Oh, okay. Change the subject here. I was talking about takedown 22 survival stuff. Had a great suggestion. I don't know why I didn't think of this. The guy said he's got a Marlin 39 takedown. What a great little rifle, little lever action takedown. Man, I love the idea of that. So I don't know. I'm thinking maybe there may be a lever action in my future here.
Yeah, like Wednesday.
Oh, wait. If only they made one in 327 Federal.
If only.
But wait,
coming
if
soon.
only.
Coming soon.
Coming soon from the folks at Henry in Repeating Arms. Yeah. And I also need to get back in touch with the guys at Marlin, find out what they're up to. Because they had a, shall we say, a sinking spell where Marlin wasn't really cranking out. I don't even know if they were making anything. I want to see where they are today. I haven't got an update. Do you know, Michelle?
We haven't gotten much over the past couple of years from Marlin. I mean, maybe a Model 60 here and there, a lever action gun, but nothing in quantity and nothing to say you can consistently go back and reorder and restock with. Oh. And kind of the same thing with New England and H&R. It's all that same conglomeration that is taking ownership with Remington. So I'm not quite certain what's happened. I don't know if it was the move that's knocked down some of the access to the firearms or what it is, but I can't say that we've received anything.
I heard that when and of course they were using ancient equipment when they were. Where was Marlin anyway? New Hampshire, someplace up there, some in the Northeast somewhere, and they moved it when Remington bought it and moved everything. And I don't know if it's true, but I heard that they just had a devil of a time ever getting everything to work again, thinking that, we'll just pick it up and drop it back down, but not realizing how fine-tuned and adjusted that old equipment was. So I'm looking on their website now. They've got listed the 1895 Big Bore, the 1894, and the 336 Marlin. So
not a whole lot listing there, yeah.
Not a lot, but there's some variations within all of those. I'm looking. I've always liked the 336. A like their lever actions, but I think maybe what I'd really like would be a lever action and a handgun caliber. I just think that'd be sweet. Now, the question is, which one?
I was going to say,
44 mag?
What would you pick?
I don't know.
What do you mean,
I
which
don't know.
one? You're saying that singularly.
I like the way you think, too, Jim. That's a good idea. Why limit yourself? No, I'm afraid I can't get all of these. There is actually a limit. As we say, we are all on a budget here, and I cannot do this. So. But one a year? I don't know. It's I may have to go over to Big Henry and take a look at what they are doing, though, because they've got a lot of lever actions and pistol calibers now. That's kind of cool. And then I could wear a 2-gun, single-action holster rig. Oh, wait, I better stop watching the Western Channel.
You need a cavalry setup.
I think he needs a bandolier.
Oh, next you're going to say I need a horse.
Well, that's part of it.
I don't know about that. It's, I really don't want anything I have to feed all the time. Other than guns, you have to feed those. That's okay. Lots of ammo. Oh, by the way, Michelle, what's going on with ammo and availability and prices? 3 years ago, that's all we could talk about. We couldn't find ammo, and it was very expensive.
Prices, I don't know that anything has changed a whole lot on pricing. 22s have become a little bit more available, and maybe because of that, some of the prices have come down. But, I mean, we still have, at least for our inventory at our store, we're able to get the CCI mini mags, which was so highly sought after. You had to put a restriction on the amount you could purchase. So, we do have some of that. I don't want to say we have a ton, but there's
Things
definitely
are definitely better.
Yeah, there's definitely a selection out there. 22 megs, that was the same problem. Again, there's not a huge selection, but they're out there.
I heard recently that CCI was doing a major expansion and in the 22 rimfire world. They're out in Lewiston, Idaho.
Right. That's the same thing that we heard at one of our product shows here when we just went through and looked at everything new. Kind of a very small SHOT Show.
Okay.
But when they say that it's going to be more readily available, not everything across the board, but they're trying to focus in on the mini mags and the, hollow point, more of the supreme ammos, I guess. The
Right.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, I guess we'll have to see. But I can't say that it's extremely expensive right now. You can pick up, at least at our store, you can pick up a box of 100 rounds for, $9. That's pretty cheap.
Oh, that's not. These days, I mean, it sounds terrible to those of us who are old enough to remember when it was a lot cheaper, but that's also like hearing your grandmother talk about what the price of bread was, right?
Right. Yeah, milk gets more expensive, and everything does. All relative, as they say.
Yes. And everything else, I mean, 9mm ammo, 223, you can buy. The cheap stuff is still available pretty inexpensively, and there's a lot of it now.
Yeah, $15 will get you 9mm ammo just about of any flavor on the target side, on just the practice side.
Right, yeah, exactly.
I don't want to mislead anybody,
stuff.
right?
Yeah. You're not going to come in and get the high price spread for that, but that's okay.
Right, right.
So there you go. I don't know. I guess the question is, what are you seeing in terms of business after the Trump election? We keep hearing in the news that sales are down, and I think they probably are. I think they're going to come back, but I think probably sales are off right now, at least from the manufacturer standpoint, because the pipeline is full. Stores have pretty good inventory, and probably distributors have inventory. What are you seeing, Michelle?
I guess along that same lines, I mean, we have days that are definitely far busier than others, but, the excitement of the new products is out there. SIG with the military contract, that new 320, that's, a highly sought after product. But we still have people that, honestly, the focus is, for us in our area at least, a lot of concealed carry, a lot of deer hunting. So, people are really wanting to get in, get those caliber, get the small guns, and that's really, that's the focus. There's not a whole lot of people that come into the store and say, I'm just looking for a target gun. So the full-size 45s for us have kind of fallen, and that's probably just our area.
That makes sense.
Across the country it might be
I think concealed carry is going to continue to be huge. Speaking of that SIG getting that military contract, I just saw that, I'm reading this. Winchester has been selected as the ammunition supplier for the Army Modular Handgun System. That'd be the SIG P220, or 320 rather, including full metal jacket rounds as well as more, quote, special purpose ammunition in the future. Interesting. So SIG got the pistol contract, but Winchester got the ammo contract.
Carry that a step further out, Tom. What do you think you're going to find prices of the Beretta 92s at now? They're going to be blowing those out?
No, I don't think so. I think what you will find is a slow, basically a lessening of demand for them, because whatever the military is using is the hot ticket. And so I think, especially right now, that a lot of people that don't really know the SIG, and they're going to go, well, let's see what this is all about. I want to get one. And so I think they're just going to gobble up what's available.
Wondering about any of the Berettas that are surplus right now. There's got to be hundreds of them, thousands of them.
Well, there's a good question. What's the Army going to do with all those Berettas? Are they going to keep them, or are they going to move them? Wouldn't it be cool if we could get Trump to say, well, let's just move those through the civilian marksmanship program?
The CMP, yeah.
I mean, wouldn't be great necessarily for stores selling guns, because they could flood the market with a bunch of those, but it'd be kind of interesting.
See that?
I don't know. CMP. Here's a thought. Now, they stopped selling handguns through CMP. They used to do that, but that's been a long time now since they stopped doing that. I think that may have been, it was either Obama or Bill Clinton. I can't remember which one of them, but one of them did it.
I was thinking that was with the Brady bill when.
Could have been. Could have been way back there.
I could be wrong. It has been a long. I know.
You wrong?
Every now and then it happens. It does. I'm sorry.
Just keep away from the computer. You'll be fine.
No kidding.
But
digital death from Michelle.
Part of the drive on that Beretta is that the grip is so ergonomic to most people. It's a big gun, but it doesn't feel like a big gun.
Yep.
So.
Well, now you say you've gotten in the some SIG P320s.
Yep, we have. We've gotten in. They make all kinds of variations. Gosh, they make them threaded.
Right.
Threaded barrels ready to go. But lots of different versions. But they aren't lasting very long. So you can't get enough of them. But that's what happens when it's newly introduced and you've got a big push behind it from the military. And we see that all the time.
And the military is going to gobble up their supply. I think they're going to have to build another factory just to make the guns for the military.
It wouldn't shock me.
Yep. While we're talking here, I'm going online and looking at, because I'm just weird this way, the Ruger #1 rifles, single shot. I just think they're among the prettiest rifles out there. Just the great lines on them.
Yeah. The Mannlicher stocks, those are always neat. Yeah.
Yeah, they've got the international. And looks like they've got a lot of exclusives from Lipsy's distributor, which any gun store can order from Lipsy's, of course.
Right.
When they have these distributors that have these special, limited editions, any gun store can. I mean, you guys can get a Lipsy's exclusive. Anybody can, right?
Right. Yeah. Davidson's. Yeah. There's several of them that have exclusives.
Talo, Lipsy's, Davidson's. Yep. So there's a lot of. And the thing that's nice about that is there's some cool guns available that do not show up in catalogs, and people may not know about them, but they're pretty interesting. They're putting together some interesting stuff. Like I'm looking at here, we've got these. Wait. But wait, he says. Ruger #1 in 35 Whelen or in 44 Magnum. That would be interesting. a 20-inch barrel on a Ruger. See, here's the deal about a Ruger #1. There's no repeating action on it. So it's probably 4 or 5 inches shorter overall than a bolt action or a semi-auto or something would be, because you're slipping the cartridge into the back end of the barrel. So a 20-inch barrel, 44 Magnum on one of these would be practically a pistol. I don't think it'd be so short. That would be fun. I think I'm self-enabling here.
So now what to buy? You're interested in Marlin. You like these #1s. See?
I like them all.
Just confuse yourself on what to do.
And they've got a 6.5 Creedmoor with a 28-inch barrel.
And a Ruger #1?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah. Yes, I know. That's right. I went, really? Think about the velocity you can get out of a 28-inch barrel out of that thing.
Wow.
And again, because it's going to be 4 inches or so shorter, it's going to be no longer than a bolt action with a 24-inch barrel. That would be nice. Okay. Possibilities. Okay, well, you guys have to excuse me. I have to go buy some guns.
Now you're going to have to look on the Hornady website and look at all the new ammo that they have come out with.
That's what
they really have come out with a lot of ammo, didn't they?
They have come out with a lot of choices. That new ELDX line with target gun. Oh, gosh, it's just huge amounts of...
Well, I was surprised last week when Jeff Hoffman told us that Black Hills Ammo is loading the Hornady ELD bullets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a community.
It is.
Do you remember when he
calls over there and says, "Hey, Jason, you guys mind if we buy some bullets from you?" "Oh, sure, Jeff, that'll be fine."
It's all right.
Do you remember when it was real hard to get a gun? Some people were just finding out what ammo was available.
Yes.
Especially the ammo stores. They'd buy ammo and then buy a gun to fit it. That might not be a bad method just for now. You're looking to buy, I just want to buy a gun. Well, look at some ammo and find out some cool stuff that suits your fancy and say, wow, that 357 round there would be cool, especially in a lever action. Then shop the gun. Since you got time and money to throw around, no big deal.
We've done things that make less sense than that, so why not?
There's a credo.
That's right. Says, I've done dumber things. Why not, right?
What is...
I always say that the three most expensive words are might as well.
Yeah.
Why not?
That's it. Why not? Let's just do it. Okay, well, let's see. I am back from Idaho, and now we are... This is the fun time of year for us because we start doing the Guns and Gear TV show, and all the manufacturers are sending in all the cool guns that we're going to be showing off on TV. So each time a box comes in, we go, "Ooh, what's that? Open it up. Let's show it." And we're all going to look at it. So it's like Christmas 2 or 3 times a week now.
Nice problem to have.
Well, what the problem is? They all want them back, which I think is very, very narrow-minded of them.
They're used guns.
Yeah, they don't see it that way. I just got to tell you, I see, and I always say, "Well, you don't really want these back." Yes.
What do they?
60-day loan, you have to step back.
What do they do with them when you send them back? Because it is a used firearm. Yeah,
it is a used gun. Sure. We've asked them, and they say a lot of times they make them available to employees to buy.
Okay.
So, okay.
All right.
Or they may just clean them and send them to somebody else in the media. Because we've certainly gotten that before. This is clearly a gun that's been shot before. I mean, who cares? It's probably had 100 or 200 rounds through it. So that happens too. They have it in their media arsenal, if you will, or their group that they send out.
I guess you could disassemble it and use it for parts, but if it's new, they're not hurting for parts anyway.
Yeah, no, it's no reason for that. And I think generally they have a program where employees can buy these guns that get returned from the media and from demos and things like that.
Because there's got to be a lot of them.
I mean, and they have to account for all of these with ATF when they're doing their inventories. All right, you made this gun, you shipped it to somebody, but it didn't get purchased. So where is it? So now, we're always getting hey guys, we need that thing back, and okay, we'll ship it out tomorrow, and
You've had it since 2001.
We burned up the UPS and FedEx guys.
That one.
I'm sorry. I just have no memory of ever getting that in.
What's a statute of limitations on returning them?
Yeah, would you like to see the paperwork, sir? Okay. No, it's a fun deal. It's like I say, it's talk about not being a real problem. It's just we get to play with the stuff and shoot it, and then we send it back. But and that's the fun of it. We get to show it on TV.
Coolio.
Right. You get the excitement of putting it out there, showing it to everyone. It functions great, works good. Couldn't get it to jam on any ammo. You need one. And we're sending ours back. Dang it.
I was so excited. Oh, never mind. Okay. It's every once in a while, I own up. Every once in a while, you find one, you're going, don't think this one's going back. What's this one going to cost me? Send me the invoice. Oh, okay.
But then that person's like, I got the gun that Tom Gresham shot.
No, they just throw it back in the inventory. Nobody knows.
See, Tom does that. Tom will buy a gun because this is the one Tom Gresham shot. I have to have it.
You don't put a TG in the barrel anywhere?
I usually just carve it into the stock.
I was going to put it in the grips,
Wood burner.
Yeah, wood burner. I like that. My little shop project I'm doing here. Remember they used to sell the wood burning kits?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, we're old too, Tom.
Yes. Could you imagine having a kid get one of those? Yeah, let's get a tool that heats up so you can burn your initials into wood. You know,
Nothing can go wrong with that.
Yeah, right. Back then, if a kid burned himself, you said, "Hey, kid, don't be stupid. Don't do that again."
Right?
Now it's, I'm going to sue someone.
Now you have the EPA saying, do you have proper ventilation to be using that?
That's right. And consumer product people going, "Oh, I'm sorry that you can't have a hot device that youngsters are going to be using."
It's a hazard.
Okay, yeah. We're not going to teach them how to cook or anything either, because that could be dangerous.
Right.
They'll just put it on their credit card, and they'll just charge it on their iPhone charging thing. So
There you go.
it's all good. Don't worry about it.
Apple Pay.
Exactly. Okay, so Browning's BAR rifle is 100 years old. That's cool.
Yay.
Okay. So, happy birthday to the BAR.
God, he couldn't design anything with staying power. 1911, that went by the wayside, 20 years from now, maybe?
I like it. Actually, okay, this is weird. I was thinking, would it be a cool license plate? And who would ever get figured out? Just the weird ones of us. It'd be JMB 1911.
Yeah, that'd be great.
John Moses Browning, 1911. Yeah. That would be a cool license plate.
But really, I mean, if you wanted to be cool, you'd have, 1906, isn't it? Or 1909?
It was 1905. The first model came out, yes. It was adopted in 1911. You're correct. You weird person. You're as weird as we are.
All this useless knowledge.
Phone a friend. Keep that in mind.
That's right. In case I ever need that information to get out of jail, I'll know who to call.
That's right. I'm the man.
Oh, if only I could remember. Who is
Well, and with that, I'm off to go shop for something. Probably number ones. I do love those.
Wow. What made you change your mind and get into guns all of a sudden?
I don't know. Well, actually, I have a number one in 257 Roberts, which will shock no one. Absolutely no one.
Wow. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
You better send that up here.
And one in 7x57.
It's going to be simpler for us to see.
Obviously, I need another one.
Make us a list of the guns you don't have yet.
Just fill in the missing calibers. You could travel and take them on shows. Set up your display.
That's right.
It's awesome.
Exactly right.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
go buy.
Fun stuff.
Go buy. Have fun.
Go buy. Thank you. You are enabling me. That's what you're saying.
Absolutely.
I love it.
No, we're just in a rush to eat our Chinese food. We don't really. We don't care if you're buying anything out. We're just hungry.
Is it hockey season yet? That's what I want to know. That's all that Jim cares about.
No, I'm still here.
Right.
Oh, that's true.
Well, playoffs are coming up.
True.
That'll take us through June.
It's like basketball. I'm not sure there is an off season anymore. So.
No doubt.
There you go. Well, that's one of the things that's great about shooting. There's never an off season. You can go shooting every week of the year.
Yep. Inside, outside. Doesn't matter, does it?
And you should.
Yes, you should.
Yeah, I told Tom a story before he went to air. I was talking to a couple folks this weekend about shooting, and they said they have never shot, and I was inviting them out. And she said, "So do you shoot at your house?" I said, "No, you'd put too many holes in the siding. We try to shoot off to the side a little bit." She thought I was an idiot too, like you two do, but that's okay.
Well, no, we know. That's the difference. She thought.
That's it.
Okay, yeah. Okay. So we have years of experience to document this and lock it in. Michelle?
Yeah. Can't hit broadside of a barn, but we can hit the house.
Yeah, that's true. I heard one a while ago, I can't hit the broadside of a barn if I was in the barn.
Right.
That's bad. That's a bad shot.
I've seen that guy at the range.
Stop using blanks.
Oh, well.
All right, well, we're looking forward to your acquisitions to hear about next week.
Yeah. And if you're not hitting the target, you might want to check and see if the bullets are still in the barrel. All right, guys, have a good week. Try to shoot something, okay?
All right. Take care.
All right.
Be good.
Well, that wraps up another Gun Talk After Show. But if you want even more gun-related stuff, don't forget to check out Gun Dealio. It's the app for Apple and Android phones that connects you to all the Gun Talk shows, plus even more. And we'll catch you next time for the Gun Talk After Show.